You are welcome to this week's edition of Update, a program which will update you on the current situation in Nigeria as far as the security sector is concerned. And this week, the National Security Advisor has declared that the security situation in the country has improved. Also in Zamfara, 33 kidnapped victims have been killed by bandits in Banga town. And as well in Zamfara, bandits paraded over 150 Nigerians that are in very critical conditions, and they are asking for ransom before those Nigerians will be released. And in Plateau State, burial has taken place of the victims of the mass killings that took place 2 weeks ago. On the heels of the burial, some more people were killed. In Lokoja, the capital of Kogi State, gunmen took their act to a completely new level. They invaded an FM radio station and carted away several equipment. What do they want to do with this equipment? And now to the details of the news. National Security Advisor Rimamnde Ribadu has declared that the security situation in Nigeria has improved. Speaking at the just concluded interactive session on government-citizen engagement organized by the Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation in Kaduna, Rimamnde Ribadu said that things are changing in the security sector. He said several terrorists have been killed, large quantity of weapons have been recovered. According to him, Nigerians can now drive through the once dreaded Abuja-Kaduna highway at night safely because security operatives have killed terrorists on the road. He said that government officials, including ministers who attended the interactive session, traveled to Kaduna by road at night. According to him, on 2 or 3 occasions, terrorists attempted to attack the train again but were repelled. He said that bandits leaders like Kachala Dogo Isa, and Kachala Shekau, who were in control of those areas, had been killed by the security agencies. He said many of the criminals have been arrested, are in the custody as investigations are going on.
I brought out this specific to tell you, you drive from Abuja to Kaduna free at night now because we killed these bastards. Those ones you see there. Kachala Boka, Dogo Isa, Kachala Shekau, they were in control of those areas. We killed them, we feared them. Not to talk of the terrorists, those who attack our trains. And it's not that they attempted while we were here in the office 2, 3 times, and we repelled them, but we don't talk. God bless you, Air Force. I thought I could share with you because even last night we drove at night from Abuja. It's a statement that we wanted to make. All the ministers, everybody, we stop everyone from flying. No more flying. And when we go to, next time we are going to Isa or Shinkahi, we are going to drive. And you can still drive those areas. But you know, politics will not allow people to give us credit. It's okay, fine. It's fine. We are good with that. But Nigerians will feel it. Northerners will feel it. Things are changing. Things are changing. Wallahi to lie. Go to the next. These are weapons. Thousands and thousands. Just one picture that we've shown you. How we destroy those weapons. We are collecting them every single day. Destroying them. Taking them out. Taking the oxygen out of. And there are many, many. Just look at it quickly. I don't have to waste time too much.
In Zamfara State, 33 kidnapped victims have been killed by bandits in Banga town in Kaura Namuda local government area of the state. Reports say that the attackers, led by a notorious bandit kingpin known as Dan Sadia, had abducted over 50 residents of the community. Residents who spoke on the condition of anonymity said the bandits later released 17 hostages, mostly women, after collecting a ransom of 50 million naira. The residents added that in Banga, over 50 people were kidnapped, stating that 33 were killed, as 17 were released after payment of 50 million naira. Residents lamented that what they are experiencing now is worse than what Truji, another dreaded bandits leader, did. Relations of the victims had to sell their possessions to raise the money needed or asked for by the bandits. The abductions reportedly took place 2 months ago. And in Cross River State, at least 10 more lives were lost on Monday in the raging communal war between Biakan and Etono, two communities in Biase local government area of Cross River State. Sources in both communities confirmed that the latest round of violence began early Monday when 4 Biakan youths, including a local gang leader identified as their Capone, were reportedly killed in an ambush in Etono. This killing sparked a reprisal attack the following day, with Biakan youths allegedly storming Etono and killing at least 6 people said to be mercenaries who were hired by the community. A resident of Biakan who identified himself as Egu accused the Etono side of provoking the violence by attacking farmers and women and attempting to burn strategic structures in Biakan. Etono people, he said, are paying mercenaries hefty sums to fight for them. They've stockpiled heavy weapons, but were equal to the tax, he alleged. On the other hand, an Etono source, Jackson Okpo, claimed Biakpan fighters had eliminated a significant number of their warriors, including women and children, and accused them of trying to dominate the land. We have suffered such oppression from Biakan. They seize our lands because they think that they have more people, resources, and weapons, said Okpo. In Plateau State, mass burial of victims of the mass killing some 2 weeks ago has taken place. Large number of people gathered when the victims were laid to rest. And just as the victims were being laid to rest, 14 people were reportedly killed in Bokos local government area of the state. Chairman of Bokos Cultural Development Forum, BCDF, Vanguard, Famasun Fondang, said the victims were returning from the weekly market in Bokos on Thursday when their vehicle came under attack by criminals. He added that the incident occurred barely 2 days after a man was murdered in the same area. Fondang lamented that the incident is part of a broader pattern of violence that has plagued Central Plateau in recent times. Alfred Alabo, spokesperson of the Plateau State Police Command, was not immediately available for comments on the incident when journalists contacted his office. Also in Plateau State, the state chapter of Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MAGBAN, has condemned the alleged profiling and killing of its members in the state. MAGBAN is an umbrella body of Fulani herders who are being accused of killings, kidnappings, and destruction of communities in several parts of the country, especially in Plateau, Benue, Taraba, Zamfara, and others. At a press conference in Jos, Ibrahim Yusuf, the state chairman of the group, said Fulani communities across Plateau State were under attack, neglected, and unfairly profiled. He said over 190 people from Fulani communities were killed or injured in 6 local government areas, while about 2,500 cows and sheep were either killed, poisoned, or roasted. Yusuf alleged that Fulani communities were being wiped out without any help from the government. He criticized the Plateau State Governor, Barrister Caleb Mutfwang's recent comments, accusing the military of taking sides following the killing of 27 people by suspected Fulani bandits in the local government area. The band also condemned calls for the withdrawal of soldiers, warning that it will worsen the security situation in Plateau State. It urged the government to ignore any call for the withdrawal of soldiers from the conflict zones. In Sokoto, troops of the Joint Task Force in Northwest, Operation Fansanyama, have killed 3 notorious terrorist kingpins in Malamawa and Moazu communities in Sabonberni local government area of Sokoto State. Bandits identified as Kachala Nagoma, Gurmu, and Ali Yardabia were reportedly killed during an ambush operation in the communities. Troops said they recovered 3 AK-47 rifles with magazines and a motorcycle from the terrorists. The incident was confirmed in a statement by the media officer of the operation, Captain David Adeusi. David said the terrorists and their foot soldiers were reportedly killed in the area where they had gone to collect ransom and levies imposed on the locals when they were intercepted. And In Kogi State, bandits or non-state actors have taken their act to a completely new level. In Lokoja, daredevil gunmen on Saturday, July, invaded Prime FM radio station owned by the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria and made away with some broadcast equipment. The hoodlums were said to have arrived at the station located at the Jingbe area of Lokoja in the early hours of Saturday, overpowered the security guard on duty, tied him up before they went into the premises to carry out their acts.
As I was about to stand up, they hold me and they pointed gun at me. That here I should keep quiet, that they are here, they are not for me, they are for the property or federal government property. That is not my property, it's not their own, but who knows how to do to get it? That this is federal government property, they are not for me. So immediately the cap I'm wearing, they draw it and cover my face. And they were with masks. They wore masks. So I could not see anybody's face. They wore masks. So immediately they draw my cap and covered my face. Hold my shirt like this. And they hold my hand and they took me in. So the next thing, I saw myself on the floor, matching me. They now tie my neck, tie my head. I could not breathe. I started shouting.
According to the report, as soon as the criminals took control of the security guard, they moved into the station and carted away broadcast equipment, including high-powered AM batteries, transmitter, copper, radio frequency amplifier modules, consoles, and some recording gadgets. The general manager of the station, Adeza Momo Jimo, while confirming the incident, said the attack had totally paralyzed the station's transmission. He called on security agencies to double their efforts in apprehending the criminals.
What happened today is very, very unfortunate. It shows how callous some criminals can go about their activities. This is the worst attack so far, even though we have had cases of theft here before. They are not as monumental as this one that has happened. You went in, you saw what they did to the transmitter, the copper, but every equipment that we need to broadcast. It's only God that can help us to come back on air again.
And in Katsina State, sadly, the state government has announced that over 100 security personnel have been killed by bandits in the state. The State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Nasiru, confirmed this in a statement. He said that victims included the police, soldiers, and members of the state government-owned security outfit, Community Watch Corps. The commissioner said that the sacrifices of the fallen security personnel is a reflection of the seriousness and commitment of both the state government and security agencies in combating banditry in the area. Well, that is our update for this week. Next week, we'll bring you more update and on the security situation in the country. However, it is obvious that these violent non-state actors have taken their craft to a new height. Cutting away transmission equipment by these non-state actors only means that they do intend to broadcast, because this equipment may not be easily sold to any other radio station because they could be traced. And so it is obvious that these things have been stolen, and this may be an indication that these violent non-state actors are up to some tricks. It will be recalled that even when Shekau started his banditry and killings in the northeast, he used to do some broadcasts through videos that were sent to major local and international news outlets. And he did several videos. And of recent, we are seeing several of these non-state actors using the social media to broadcast their messages. What do this mean? They only mean, of course, that these violent non-state actors are becoming more comfortable and are thinking that they may be ahead of the security agencies and the authorities in the country. And so they could go to set up their radio stations and broadcast into communities. Probably they saw the vulnerability of that particular radio station. And it's possible that even those that stole those equipment may not come from the environment. This equipment may be taken to anywhere within Nigeria or West Africa where these guys will set up and broadcast to compete with government and other agencies that are broadcasting to get the minds of the people into what they do. And so what is your take? What do you think we should be doing? We will welcome your views in our comment sections, and as well, you share our video, and if you have not yet subscribed, subscribe to our channel. However, if you want more value from our channel, click on the membership button and sign up to join our station. For more information and details, and this information and more details will only be available for members who join the channel.